as a reseller, give the people what they want. The problem with that is you have to know what do the people want. And sometimes you're gonna think you know, and you're gonna be wrong. These items represent some things that I thought the people would want, and they have proved to me wrong. They have sat in my Etsy shop for quite a while now. Recently, I decided I am actually going to start cleaning out some dead stock and actually let go of it. Like, I'm gonna either donate it, give it away, I'm gonna get rid of it. Unfortunately, these are gonna go. They gotta go. Here's the thing, if you are just starting out reselling, you probably are not going to have this problem yet. You are still just excited to list everything that you find, and that is how it should be. However, one day you may, down the road, look around and realize that some of the things you have listed just are not you anymore or not your shop anymore. And you might have to make the decision of, do you want to remove that in order to replace it with something else? Or how long do you want to leave it in your shop to be filler? I went through my Etsy shop and I am donating some dead stock. I have decided to let go of even more things. I did a video not too long ago on the worst buys that I ever made, and those items I did get rid of, but I decided that there are a few more items that were a little harder for me to let go because I kept thinking the right buyer was going to come along. And I just decided it is time to let those items go in order to make room for new, fresh inventory and maybe different type of things that are selling now that maybe weren't selling in the past. And I did pop in Goodwill, so stay tuned because never say never. Goodwill actually had 2 items that I cannot believe that I found, and that never happens to me. So stay tuned to see those and a short shopping haul. In the beginning, you're just excited to find anything vintage and get it listed. You're going to grab things to fill your shop. I used to call them my filler items, and that is totally okay. When you're new, you're building your eye and your confidence. After a few years, though, I realized some pieces weren't serving my shop anymore. They were just taking up space. I used to think having a full shop looked more professional. Like, the more items I had meant that I was more successful. But getting rid of things means that there's room for better things. Refreshing your shop doesn't mean that you failed. It means that you've grown. So new resellers, when you get to this stage someday, don't be afraid to donate, rehome, or even repurpose items because your style and your customer base is going to evolve. I may have recognized some of those items that I was getting rid of and clearing out of my Etsy shop, like that huge jug. That was one of the worst items I'd ever bought for my Etsy shop, and I made a video about that and some other items. Most of the items that I cleared out this time, I used the same criteria for. They had been in my shop for several years, most of them about 4 or 5 years. I had paid to renew those in my Etsy shop several times. And under my Etsy listings, the statistics, they had just not had that many views or visits or likes. And that was the criteria that I used to kind of like clear them out. Or you can open up your listings page and it'll show you the renewals on there. So you can see the dog had been renewed like 17 times. And renewals happen every 4 months. And the picture had been renewed 15 times. So those had been in my shop for quite a while. And if you go and click on the item, you can also look under the actual listing. And all the way at the bottom is where you'll see that little toggle that will be if you want to your item to be able to renew automatically, or you can change that and be able to manually renew it, which means when the item comes up for renewal, you would have to let Etsy know they can renew it. Mine are set on automatic, so they automatically renew every 4 months. And here is my criteria list that I use this time. You can come up with your own list, but this is my dead stock detox list this time for cleaning out my shop. Those items also were items that I had over the years changed pictures on, changed keywords and tag words, had changed the titles on, and nothing had made them sell. There are going to be so many items in your shop that are just not going to sell. It doesn't mean that they won't. It just takes some items longer than it does others. So you have to come up with your own ideas about why you want to get rid of an item. Don't just go through your shop and just get rid of everything that's old, because I still sometimes sell something that I've had in my shop for 4 or 5 years. But you can kind of know based on the item whether it's something that seems to be popular right now and whether it's not. Items in the beginning of the video, like this dog creamer, because he's a creamer, I had marketed him as a vase, as a planter, a creamer, an organizer, and he just never found his audience. There's nothing wrong with him. Somebody out there will probably appreciate him, but I'm ready to let him go because I'm ready to replace him with something new. The pitcher and cup set I held on to for spite, because I bought this on a shopping trip when I very first started reselling in Indiana, in Bloomington, in a really cool antique store. And I just thought that they were going to be so popular. I thought, birthday, Happy New Year, 4th of July, Christmas. I thought that it would be like a festive set. The thing is, pitcher and glass sets just don't sell well for me, and I know that after reselling for several years. It's not something you're going to know in the beginning. I need to let this go because I do have other items that I do know sell, and I can let this go and I can fill up my shop with items that are selling now, which are brass items and maybe glassware like this set that I just picked up that possibly will be more popular than this. So whether you're brand new or you've been doing this for a while, don't be afraid to change your mind about what you sell. Don't be afraid of the refresh. Letting go is not giving up. It is just making room for what is next. Now to my Goodwill items that I found. I cannot believe I found these in Goodwill. I never go to my Goodwill. It is not a place where I find anything, hardly ever. And if I do, it is usually marked ridiculously high. Something told me to just go in there. So I just went in there and guys, look what I found. And I saw this little glass. First of all, the shape caught my eye. I won't be able to tell in this lighting, but it's like a pink opalescent hue to it. And it's beautiful. Now, I just don't normally run across glassware in Goodwill that's pink or pretty at all. But I Google Lensed it. I knew it was something special, so I stuck it in my cart. And then right next to it was this, which matched. This was a beautiful opalescent pink vase. This was $3.99. This was $3.99. Not a bad deal for these. Now I did Google lenses. I was thinking that it was like Duncan, I think it's Duncan Miller or Duncan Miller glass is what I was thinking it was. And that is what pulled up for this. This I think is called the Sanibel. I don't know if that's the name of the design or if it's just for this dish, but that is what pulled up for this. And then also this pulled up as Duncan and Miller with the pink opalescent. I just think it's beautiful. And this is not something that I've ever found at Goodwill and probably will never find again. But it does kind of make you want to go back, because now today I was like, oh, should I run back to Goodwill? Because maybe there'll be some more. Who knows? So I'm very happy with these. And let me show you a few more items that I bought. I found another one of these home comb mirrors. I had just sold one of these like maybe a couple of weeks ago. And I found another one, which is so easy if you've just sold one, because you can basically almost like copy and paste the listing and just put new pictures in case it has anything different than the other one. And it's already in people's carts. They love these little things. I wish I had found them together, although they were at different stores. So it's been a while since I picked up glasses, but I found this beautiful set, very retro 70s. Isn't that like the funnest pattern on there? They are Libby. And there was a set of 6. So I have 6 of these that I got for a really great deal. So I love these. So I hope they do well, because it's been a while since I found a fun pattern. And I do think this is really pretty. Found some more Thomas Kincaid figurines. I showed these in another video where I bought maybe 5 of these. They're the Inspiration of Hope, this Faithful in Pink, and this one is A Vision of Hope. These were done to support breast cancer awareness, and so they were all in pink, which of course you know is why I spotted them at the store. But these were at a consignment store, and they were getting rid of them, so they were just like a couple of dollars. And I did sell out of all of these that I had before, so now I bought these two, and then now most of these are not vintage, but they are kind of discontinued, so you can sort of get away with selling that under your vintage category. And then I saw this lady. Now she's pretty cool. She is the Christmas one, and it's a whole different collection. It is called Dressed for the Holiday, also by Thomas Kincaid. It's pretty cool. I don't know if she's desirable. I do know that the breast cancer ones, the pink ones, do sell pretty well. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you so much. I love it when you comment and let me know what's going on in your world, or what things inspire you, or how things are going in your reselling journey, or if you're just here because you love vintage. Whether you're new to reselling or you've been doing it for a few years, don't be afraid to let things go. Sometimes cleaning out old inventory makes room for new inspiration. And sometimes if you've been doing this for a while, you need something to inspire you. Let me know down in the comments, are you hanging on to old stock? Are you cleaning it out regularly? Or what is your criteria for getting rid of old stock? Real quick before we go, if you've noticed my beautiful bracelet today, this was actually a gift that was sent to me from another YouTuber. Her name is Nancy, and she has a channel called Coastal Cameo. She does all kinds of amazing jewelry unboxings. She says she saw this and she just thought of me and she sent it to me. She's the nicest, kindest person. I love the jewelry community. I do have a video that was a couple of videos ago on where I found a jewelry jar. So if you're into jewelry, you might want to check that one out. But definitely check out Coastal Cameo and Nancy's channel, because she has some great sales. You can actually buy from her sales and some great unboxings. So I will link her channel below for you. Don't forget, you can always send me an email if there's anything you see in a video that you're interested in, or you just want to know more about. And if there is anything that I show in my video that I've listed in my Etsy shop, I will also always link that in the description for you, just so you can get a better look at it if you would like to. Until next time, my Pink Turk pals, I hope that you are doing well. I hope that you're taking care of yourself. I hope that you are being kind to yourself and to others. And I just want you to know how much I appreciate you. Please don't let anybody dull your shine today. Just let difficulty today just slide off of your shoulders. And I will see you real soon in the next video.